Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear what playing with motion blur does to your brain? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is motion blur. This is your brain on motion blur. Any questions?
Welcome back to Zorz Gaming.
If you've ever watched my channel, you know that I love CRTs. I mean, I'm really in love with them. It's a problem. They're basically the greatest thing ever, in my opinion. I grew up on them. I played on them forever. I saw them develop, even in the 90s, going from these little tiny screens and boxes to this big magnificent thing here. CRTs have incredible images with wonderful colors if calibrated correctly. They have this magical feeling of being inside the game. Okay, I'm telling you, no modern monitor can replicate this. Nothing. It's like you can actually feel the distance. I don't know how else to explain it. You have to play on one. You can feel, oh, those steps are that far away. That guy on that ledge is that far away. They also have 0 input lag, 0 ghosting, and 0 motion clarity with an instantaneous response time using a raster scan. I mean, the amount of lag, they say there's nanoseconds. Nano. When you're going into nano, you don't need to worry about it. They're basically perfect. And black frame insertion is trying to mimic that, okay? But it's like the difference between a dolphin that lives and breathes underwater. I mean, that's what it's built and evolved to do, versus one of us with some scuba gear. We're still underwater, but we're doing it artificially. This thing does it naturally. They run shit here. You just live here. King Kong ain't got shit on a CRT. Honestly, if they kept making them, I'd still buy one. And the truth is, one of my life goals is to make a CRT. I was just talking to my buddy, Mr. Willis, about that. You know, would it cost $5 million, $10 million, $100 million to make like maybe 1,000 30-inch 1440 ultra amazing, higher even than this hertz CRTs in the modern day with modern video cards? I don't know. Anyways, I would do it. I'm gonna do it. In fact, when both my CRTs finally died, I was in total despair and I was inconsolable. Because if you've watched my previous videos, I tried in 2012 with the very earliest anti-motion blur tech, and it just wasn't up to par. This is how it started, folks. The trans pneumatic panel. What a fucking joke. What a piece of garbage. These machines both came out in 2005, okay? Because this was the very end of the CRT, and this was when the LCDs, the rise of the LCDs. It's 17 inches, it's ugly, it's gross. It's absolutely just terrible. It's the Samsung SyncMaster 730B, 1280 by 1024 at 75 hertz, okay? This thing can do 1600 by 1200 at 105 hertz, okay? Now, this was only $300, but that's still $300 in 2005. What is that, $700 now? And this was a lot more, even back then. See, CRTs ruled the kingdom for all this time, up until 2010s. The CRTs were winning. It just wasn't nice. I don't know if you can see how bad this is. It's bad. The colors are bad. It's got an 8 millisecond response time. You can feel the input lag. You can see the motion blur. It's small. It's 75 hertz. It's just terrible. The blur is significant, okay? And unfortunately, you know, my dad actually played with one of these for a while because he bought one of those old school desks that only had a little tiny monitor area, so he couldn't fit one of these in here. But man, I would rather not play on it because for any kind of fast-paced shooter, it was just really rough. It was pretty much CRT domination. But Ben Zowie came along and changed all that. They turned the TN panel from a pathetic little, just ugly little thing in the corner into this. Over 20 years, just like the 1980 CRTs compared to the pinnacle of CRTs, like this. This is the apex of TN technology, the XL2586X Plus. The names are numerical, but the bottom line is it's 600 hertz, the absolute greatest with dyac 2. You can't get any better than this. All right, so now let's unbox it. Y'all ready for this? It's a very, very technical procedure. And here we go. Ta-da! Yeah, I just couldn't force you to sit through another Zowie unboxing. I have so many Zowie unboxings. If you want to see one, go check out the last few videos. There was really no difference. The only difference is this time there was, in fact, cocaine and cash hidden in that secret compartment. Anyways, so if you guys have seen all my videos, you know the basics of the Zowie monitors. But we have the markers here. This is all for tournament play. This thing is elite, L337. It's meant for the best of the best. So you have all these markers here, these notifiers to let you know about height, because you want to have consistency. You have the same things here to know where your mouse pad goes. You have this beautiful mechanism up and down. It's a no frills, no bullshit kind of thing. Now we know about the wings. The wings make you fly. Now these are the 600 hertz wings. Very different. They look the same. They feel the same, but they're different because they're 600 hertz wings. Believe me. So you're probably asking yourself, why does all that matter to me? Well, it probably doesn't, unless you're a retro tech nerd or you're a hyper competitive gamer that's dead set on winning where every millisecond counts. Then it actually matters quite a lot. Or if you just want to be cool and impress all the girls at the unemployment office about your monitor knowledge from the early 2000s. When you have little to no motion blur, your brain reacts so much better. You literally hit shots that you wouldn't even attempt when you're not playing with the anti-motion blur of dyac 2. There is no OLED that's even close. So let's actually get into the differences between the best CRT ever made, arguably, and the best TN panel ever made, pretty definitively. This is the Mitsubishi 2070 SB, rebranded by Lacey as the Electron 22 Blue 4. Arguably the greatest ever created in North America. 22 inches, 140 hertz. It's an unbelievable piece of equipment. I got extremely lucky to find one of these. There's very few left of these on the earth. And here's what the motion clarity in gaming feels like on this thing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on this camera, but this is perfect, okay? This is what everything is trying to be. It's literally like basically flawless, okay? I don't know how else to put it. I mean, there it is. That's about it, folks. That's all there is to say. Let's check out Overwatch. I mean, look at these colors. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. Now you have to calibrate the black bars, right? Because, I mean, this is pretty calibrated. You know, that's the thing. You're not gonna get modern games to support the 4:3 resolution. But I mean, look at these colors. Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, like when I turn, quickly, guess how much blur there is? None. You know what the input lag is? None. You know what the downsides are? None, except for the fact that no game supports it. But I mean, they're even beautiful colors. And I haven't spent 5 hours calibrating this thing. Okay, you have to remember, we're talking about the highest end CRT. This isn't the one you had in the library, if you're my age. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely bananas, okay? It's gorgeous. You can just aim so well on it. It's just, it's mind-boggling. Okay, he's doing his little sword bullshit, but, you know, I mean, oh, he disappeared. Now, see, I think he disappeared because he was afraid of me. Even though this is the death match waiting for the queue, I'm gonna go with he was afraid of me. Anyways, a beautiful experience, and I wish everyone could try one. And this is the Zowie 600Hz XL2586X Plus dyac 2. And this is what the motion blur and gaming feels like on it. This is damn good, guys. 600 frames, 600 hertz. It's close. It is clear. Is it as clear as a CRT? I have to say no. It's not quite as clear as a CRT. Damn close. That is really clear. This is about the same. In this particular, this test is about the same as a CRT. It's really quite nice. I have to tell you, this is really beautiful. The colors are more vibrant, more comic book-ish, but also you have the settings. You have all of the settings that Zowie has. You have infinitely more brightness. You have the ability to control all the sharpness settings. You even have the hack Zorz, as we know about all the hack Zorz here. Black equalizer hacks turns you into Denzel. I mean, it's you know, you have all these amazing options on this guy, and the colors look really good. I have to tell you, by the way, little life hack here. The HDMI 2.1 cord, it goes somewhere. It does stuff. It actually does make the game look a little better. Colors are better. It's really nice, guys. It's really nice. Well, they left a lot of wine out. That's probably a bad idea. And there you have it, folks. That's it. That's how it goes. The pros and cons of both. Well, let's talk about them. As far as who wins, when it comes to input lag, motion blur, and that sexy magical feeling of depth, of the depth that you can feel, of feeling magical, of feeling Zorz, the CRT still wins, but by very little. And if you look at the pros and cons, they kind of speak for themselves. First of all, the things are impossible to find, okay? There's about 10 of them on eBay in the world of this caliber, and they're all over $1,000. Secondly, you need this adapter thing, okay? You know how many of these are on eBay or are available? None. None. Can't get it. Thirdly, you can't pick it up. It's like the fucking Excalibur of peripherals. Fourthly, it's most likely going to break or dying or dead. There's so few left in good condition. Everything else about the Zowie is better. It's bigger. It's brighter, has better colors, has way more options. You can buy one. You can pick it up with one hand. It's not, the CRT is not better enough to justify it anymore. It's just not. The only thing a CRT has that you might say is an advantage is that you don't need 600 hertz to take every last ounce of pleasure from it. You know, even at 100 frames, you're still balling. The Zowie, get a game playing 100 frames, you're not gonna get that maximum use. You still benefit greatly from the dyac 2. If you're playing Counter-Strike 2, Valorant, Overwatch, you got 600 frames, you got a serious computer with serious RAM. The Zowie's the way to go. CRT just isn't justified. Now, let's talk about input lag, okay? Because so many people are so concerned about input lag, which I find hilarious because most people don't even know what it means or how much you can feel it when we're talking about such a minute difference here. People love these little numbers. It's been tested. dyac 2 adds a little input lag. It does. It's something like between 0.3 and 0.7 milliseconds of input lag. So total, chain reaction time is going from like 5 to 5.7, worst case scenario. I don't think there's a human being on Earth that can feel the difference. I don't believe it. It's just not possible. And the benefit of dyac 2 is immense because you have a whole chain of events. First, your brain has to see the guy, then you click. If your brain didn't see the guy, your total reaction time is dropped. So while everyone's talking about OLEDs and they have better response time and less input lag, it doesn't matter because it's a moving image. So if it blurs, you still can't make the shot. And I don't know how else to explain this, but I've been saying this for years. And if you don't understand, go get one and try it. Go try it, go, fly, pelican, fly. So you've decided to make a positive life choice and go to therapy and get you a Zowie monitor. Both very good life-changing decisions. The only question now is which one do you want to get? So we have here the 400, the 540, and the 600. Now there is a 280 dyac too. I am going to say that I recommend that you put in a few extra bucks to get to the 400 because the difference is you know, there's some noticeable differences. The display port is different and the colors are different and the 120 hertz. And those hertz are big. The 280 to 400 are bigger hertz than the 400 to 600. The 540 and the 600 have the HDMI 2.1 ports and even better colors, even better than the 400. The 540 is discontinued, so basically you can't really get it unless you can get it on eBay or something. It's a great deal. The difference between the 400 and the 600, 200 hertz, better color, the absolute best. It's kind of like the difference between a 3080 and a 3090 back in the day. Not the 4090, but the 3080 and 3090. You're paying a few hundred extra more dollars to get the best of the best. Something you should know, you know, this was sent to me for review and I greatly appreciate it. This was not, I bought this thing for $1,000 the day it came out. I was so thrilled, 540 hertz, holy shit. I went ahead and ordered this monstrosity. This is a real abomination is what it is. $1,000 for a 1080p, was a 25-inch monitor. $1,000 for a 25-inch 1080p monitor. You must be outside of your mind. Except for the fact it might be, okay, for me this is very exciting. I know that most people don't give a shit about this thing and most people shouldn't give a shit about this thing. For me, this might actually be CRT level smoothness. This has got dyac 2. I've been through the dyac since dyac was existing, and the 2566K is dyac plus. This is dyac 2. So anyways, let's get to it. And it didn't disappoint. They just discontinued it because they made it even faster. And now you don't have to deal with that pain of, God, they got a 660 more hertz for the same price. Now you can get this baby right now for $1,000, and it's worth it if you want to win. Not if you want to win, if you have to win. So that's clinical, psychological damage. You're a damaged person. You need to prove your value as a human by winning in a computer game. Get you this one. I'm almost a little sad because I've always been like, nothing can beat a CRT. And while that's still technically true, and I'll never ever say otherwise, this thing is so unbelievably close. You know, it's like if I think I'm gonna come out of retirement, you know, LordGurciullo is coming out of retirement, I need a CRT to play. That was always the case. And it's unlikely though, because I have arthritis in my hands. But I just always thought that if there was $1 million on the line, you know, if the game is on the line, I need a CRT. And now I really realize this thing honestly blew my mind. I feel like I could competitively play with this without any real loss of competitive ability. Now, while you do need a crazy CPU and RAM to achieve 600 frames, on top of the fact very few games can do it, if you have it, this is it, folks. This is it. This is the pinnacle. This is it. So either you go out and you spend $1,500 on a CRT that was made in 2004, hoping that it doesn't break, hoping you can get it shipped to your house. It doesn't have a tube that's on its last leg because the brightness gets worse as you keep using it, whereas the brightness on these Zowies is just 10 times more. It's just infinitely more. So first you gotta find one. You gotta get it shipped to you. Then you gotta find the adapter or break into someone's house, like my house. Don't ever fucking break in my house, steal my fucking CRT adapter, because I'll fight you to the death over that CRT. There's very few of you, can't get them. There was 5 in Denmark. 5. I should have got all 5. This was years ago. I only bought one. Big mistake, big regret. We all have them. So you get the adapter, you got the CRT, now you can't lift it. Okay, I try to lift it, my back, it goes out. Now I need muscle relaxers. Not to mention, you can't use the CRT for anything but gaming, because trying to do actual work or internet browse, it's just not really ideal for that. So either you go through all these nightmares and hoops to play on a CRT, which I will still do, or you go out and you get you the best competitive TN panel ever. So go get one, you know, or actually don't go get one. Because once you get one of these, you have no excuse as to why you suck. You can't even say, oh, my monitor sucks. No, now you're screwed. Now you just suck. Big, huge, enormous shout out to Marcus and the Zowie team for sending this out to me. It means so much to me, you don't even know. You don't even know how big a deal it is. I mean, really, Zowie, you guys did it. This thing is as close to a CRT as possible, and that's as G as motherfucking can be. It's kind of like Blade. You get almost all of their strengths and none of their weaknesses. Guess what? As I was making this video, okay, remember how I was saying you can't even find one of these things, and if you do, they break? The power button broke on my CRT. It broke. The little mechanism, the little plastic thing that hits the power, broke. It cost me a lot of time making the video, but also it's heartbreaking because there's not a lot of people that even can repair these things. I had to call an emergency session with my therapist and up my Wellbutrin because my power button broke. It's a disaster. It's worse than when a girl tells you she's not in love with you. Well, it's not. It's close. It's close. It's very close.